The Big Bang Theory has remained one of the most beloved sitcoms of all time, but even with its incredible run and lasting legacy, it was not immune to continuity errors and overlooked storylines that continue to spark debate among fans more than a decade after they first aired. One glaring example that has recently resurfaced involves none other than Howard Wolowitz, the quirky aerospace engineer known for his bold fashion sense, endless pickup lines, and his memorable transformation into a family man. Despite his vibrant presence throughout the series, an overlooked detail from his backstory highlights a major plot hole that the writers missed over 13 years ago, raising questions about how closely the creators kept track of their characters' development. Howard Wolowitz, played brilliantly by Simon Helberg, was one of the most eccentric characters in the ensemble cast. His over-the-top style, bizarre belt buckles, and obsession with impressing women gave him a unique identity in the early seasons. Yet beneath the comedy, Howard's character carried layers of emotional complexity. His strained relationship with his overbearing mother, his insecurities about his height and lack of a doctorate compared to his friends, and his eventual growth into a devoted husband and father made him a standout presence. However, for all the detail that went into his evolution, one inconsistency slipped through the cracks, and it happened so early that most viewers may not have realized the writers never addressed it again. The plot hole dates back to season 2, when Howard casually mentioned that he lost his father at a young age and had no real relationship with him. The writers touched on this a few times throughout the series, especially during emotional beats involving Howard's family. His father's abandonment was framed as a source of pain and insecurity, yet strangely, the show contradicted its own setup in later seasons. 13 years ago, fans were led to believe Howard's father had walked out of his life completely, never to be seen or heard from again. But by season 6, the storyline about Howard's absentee father resurfaced in an episode titled The Closet Reconfiguration, where a letter from Mr. Wolowitz reappeared, raising old wounds and forcing Howard to confront his complicated feelings. On the surface, it seemed like the writers were finally revisiting the issue and giving fans closure. The letter was a powerful storytelling device, cleverly written so that each character who read it offered a different version of what it said, allowing Howard to imagine whatever truth brought him the most peace. But the deeper issue was that the series had already established contradictory details about Howard's father years earlier, and the writers never reconciled those moments.